Hi, Tino.
Hello, Gerda.
How are you?
Hey, Gerda.
Hi, Philip.
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, my camera is off. All right, sorry.
Yeah. Ah, yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
Still at the beach?
Where I am. Do you want to see where I am?
Yes, please.
Just a second.
Wow.
That's mean.
That's mean. Wow, that looks nice.
It is. So you will. Oh, my camera is off again.
Oh, we see.
Oh no! Why am I in two places? Maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah,
asked.
places, yeah.
I'm replacing some people. Maybe I should see. Okay, Alice. Maybe this. I don't know. Okay. Oh, Dorina is here because Dorina had an exam today, and she managed to be here.
Oh, awesome!
Great. So, do you want us to show what we've done, or do you want to wait a bit?
No, we can start. So yeah, it would be nice to see what you did, and then it's more like, do you have questions to finish the script until Tuesday? Yeah.
Oh, Dorina disappeared. I just wanted to say maybe Dorina could share because she's one of the teachers.
All right. Okay. We'll see if she comes back.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Tino. I'm trying on my phone. Can you please, invite me as an interpreter? Let me try. I don't know what happened. I cannot hear you on the other device, but I'm on my phone. I'm sorry for this.
Okay.
Hope I'll fix it.
So.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen.
All right.
And okay. So the scenario is on entrepreneurship, and it's the importance of human resource management. And we thought it's going to last 2 hours of 45 minutes. It's not a one session thing. It's going to last.
Yep.
So we start with the title. What does it mean for you, human resources? And they have to come up with comparisons, what is a resource, and they have to do a cluster and design it a bit. And then in order to encourage students' interest, we have decided to put a video, and we have already included the video. I'll share this with you in the Zoom. I don't know where I'm supposed to share it this with, but I'll share the document in Zoom. Okay. And then it's the reflection. We will, once they have seen the video is very short. There are two options of videos. One that is really short, 1 minute and 45, or one that is a bit longer. The students have to create, what's the word? A definition of human resource management, and it's going to be, they have to work in smaller groups, and then together they will create in bigger group the final document. Then existing knowledge, we will connect this with practice. Because this is the 4th grade, and they have already had their practice in their businesses. What have you noticed in the businesses where you practiced? You have to create a scheme of the organization of human resources in the business where you were, and then they will pair up with another student to notice what is similar and what is different between different businesses. And we thought of using MindMeister, which is an app that allows for interactive and joint development of clusters. And then this can also be a gallery walk. They have to, once they have finished their schemes, they will put it up in the room, and they have to find at least 2 things that they have in common with other students, and at least 3 things that are different with other students. And then this will naturally come to the bulk of the new information. What are human resources? What is human resource management? Why the proper management of human resources is important. And of course, the teacher refers to the students' work that they did before. And then we have the case studies. We have already developed them, but I haven't put them up, but I can. That will be on the 3rd column, right? Or I just put it here as...
No, the 3rd column is fine.
Yeah.
So you'd put it on Padlet, the case study.
I haven't put anything yet up.
Yeah, but you would put it. The idea is to put it on Padlet.
Yes.
Okay.
The idea is to put the cases on Padlet, and then they have to comment on in groups, and then individually they have to comment on others' group work on the solution that they gave. So it's a double layered assignment. Once they collaborate in order to give a solution to the cases, and then they have to give individual feedback for other groups' work. And then we have a quiz with, this is a short one just to make sure that we touch base and we make sure that they have understood the concepts, the theory. And it's just 3 questions, 1 alternative, and that can be on Moodle. And then the assignment is an essay. They have to describe the situation that they experienced in the businesses where they were, which left them with a positive or a negative experience in order related to human resource management. And this is the application of this work in real life. And that can be also uploaded in Moodle under the assignment. I haven't written here, but it's Moodle.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops, sorry. So yeah, that's about it.
It looks very good. I like especially the method in Padlet when you have them develop their own case or comment on their own case and also comment on the other ones. I think it's a really good use case on how to.
Actually, these are the cases that we give them. The case studies number 6 are cases that we propose to them.
But they comment on them, or?
And then they comment on them.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. That's really
okay.
That's really cool.
And then at the end, I mean, we can of course we can continue to build on once we have here on number 7. We can build on for other themes and other continuing topics on human resource management. We can use that as a starting point. I don't know if I'm clear.
Yeah, I understand. Mira, can you go to the Spanish channel? I think.
No,
I have to change it again.
Oké, maar dëgjoni tani më falni se ishte një problem, u futa në telefon. Keni dëgjuar gjatë këtij prezantimit? Everything was fine. Okay. Now everything.
Should I do a stop share, Tino and Philip? Is this okay?
Can you go? Sorry, just one. Can you go to the part where you said when you give the definitions? What the definition of human resource management. I think which one? That's number.
That's number 3.
Number 3, and this is where that's really definition now, that like textbook definition. What is human resource?
This is a definition based on the video. The video is what is human resources, and it's animated of human resources. And then based on that, they will create their own definition. So they will be more curious to know what is the correct definition. This has no right or wrong answer. It's
perfect.
Free flow, and it's an opportunity to just have them guess so that they are ready to listen and understand the correct answer version. Okay,
so this is the whole. I really like the way you structured it, and the different methods you use. I really like that. One question is how. So this is something you can, since it's about almost 3 hours. This is something you would use in class, and maybe
Yes.
They could do parts of it maybe at home if they can.
Right. Yeah.
But it's something. Okay. Yeah. I see.
So like this one that can be shared previously. And then that can be done as an assignment, and we start the second hour with the gallery walk. They just put everything that they did in a hard copy and post it in the class, so they go around and then discuss. So it's we thought that this would be a blended module rather than an e-learning course, but yeah,
it's really nice, and you can put the whole thing in a module, and then it's more or less just a learning path where you have your different.
It's breakable into pieces, and the pieces can be reallocated based on the situation in the class.
Yeah, I really like that, and it also solves the issue if you have students that maybe don't have internet access at home. Like it doesn't stop them from doing tasks on here. So I really like that. Number 5. What is number? I write this down. Yeah.
The actual bulk, the explanation from the teacher. So this is the mini lecture.
Oh, okay. This is a lecture. Okay.
Yeah, this is a lecture. It's a teacher, and then she will use text and images, and but it's going to be an explanation, and she will refer. Why do I say she? Because we in our group, all the teachers are women, so that's why. But here she will refer to what the kids did. So you got that right, but this one could be expanded a bit more. This one was not as correct. So they will be more interested to listen because they have already tried it themselves first.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like I don't have any comments on it, so I think this is going to be really good and easily doable. Also, as a module, and then how to integrate in a Moodle, it's going to be easy. Just one thing, but that's just my personal experience when it comes to the topic content-wise. So I don't know how deep the whole topic is going, but when I have human resource management at university at some point, and it was about how to fire people, how difficult topics to talk about with an employee, and I really liked what our professor did there. They invited actors. Of course, you can't do that, but it's just the role play that you really had to experience. So I think this is, and it's really this stuck really to my mind, like how difficult it is to tell somebody. so I don't know if this is.
This is a great continuation, because we start with things that are positive or negative, and those cases at the end can be the starting point of a role play. This 7 can be one for the next module.
Yeah, so the cases could describe a situation, and then the next time you could actually
describe situation, negative situation and positive situation, and then we can start with role plays in the future, because this is the very first one.
Yeah, that's introduction. And,
it's the intro. Apoyo Mira. It's just the intro. Vet hur jag Mira på? because Ermira and Mirela and Dorina are the ones in content.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's really good.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know the MindMeister, but I'll check it out. I don't know what it is. So
it's a class. It allows to build clusters in collaboration. You can send it via any kind, via WhatsApp or anything, and they can work together to build.
Oh, interesting. I'll check it out.
Like creating mind maps together.
Yes, mind maps.
Mind
yeah,
maps.
Okay.
Right.
This is free. There are lots of mind mapping tools, but I mean, this is the one I know. There might be others. We will love to learn new ones.
Yeah. We'll actually have not for mind mapping, but for quizzes. But I think I will present it next Tuesday too. It's similar to Mentimeter, but it's more made for classes. Not Mentimeter is more for corporate.
Yeah.
So,
we had a training on Socrates and on Quizlet.
So it was Socrates.
So, yeah. But you can. There might be others who weren't with us. So.
Yeah, maybe I'll show it briefly. So
yeah, do that.
But it's good if you already have people who know it. So that's perfect.
Yeah,
so I think it's perfect for me. So
thank you.
I guess I'll.
With this, I send it to. Do I send it to whom? Attach it to Zoom. Okay, I'll just
nice.
share.
Just one. I love it very much how you did it and this how you use blended learning in it. Maybe as I say, I don't know, content-wise, how deep are you gonna go within the script? That you, for example, the quiz. There are no questions yet, as far as I understood, content-wise.
No,
okay.
We have only developed the cases. Maybe Elmira, I don't know who from the teachers is here, and Mirela, can we develop?
Can we develop 3 questions which we can use later? I had some problems, in fact, at the very beginning. Sorry for being late, Mirela is saying.
No problem.
So there are some questions that they have discussed and they can include them in this script.
I mean, it's for Tuesday anyway. Just want to let you know that.
They're offering to read them, or we can include them for Tuesday, but we also need some questions with multiple choice answers, so as we can finalize it for Tuesday, she's saying.
Okay.
And she's sending it out to Lorela, and Lorela is going. Yeah. What do you think, Lorela? Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, and we see you Tuesday.
See you soon.
Enjoy the beach, Gary.
Yeah, enjoy the beach. Oh, we're jealous. We're jealous.
I'm working really hard.
Yeah.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm sorry, there was some need for some kind of update. But they listened to me because I checked. They listened to me during the first part of the presentation. Now I'm okay.
Okay, all good.
Okay, so.
Marcine. Wie?
Dann aber der Host wegnehmen.
Lass es rein.
Ja, ist
also
gut.
ich kann es rein. Ist gut, lass rein.
Ist gut.
Hi again.
Hello.
Hi, Mira.
Hello.
So, hello everybody. I think, so what we're going to do today, we're going to answer questions that you have in writing your script. So if somebody of the group could please present us briefly your script that you have developed.
They're trying to find a Padlet, so they...
Okay. Do presim më të tjerë apo do vazhdojmë?
Shall we wait for anybody else or we continue?
I don't know if they are complete as a group or...
Nertila, Rafaela, Gianadela, I think.
There are two more.
Okay.
We can wait
So,
if they want to wait.
okay, so they want to wait a little bit. So.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Çfarë duhet të themi ne tani Mira në interpretim? No. Po kur I bëm radhën e parë, orën e parë. Po s'kemi. Jo, një video e kemi, po Po të njëjtën, ne nuk e dini, po dinim që do komentonim këtë strukturë. Ndërsa radhës tjetër e kemi me mbushje më shumë. Po pra, Po pra, s'ka...
Genoveva is saying that for the first topic that we have inserted into the Padlet, we have mentioned that we are going to include a video, and it's a video that we found on YouTube. We can send the link to you if you are interested and if you want to see that in the chat. There, in fact, video shows distribution of a company. She cannot find the video right now, but it's like about the distribution in a company. So it's just the idea of the distribution of products. So it's not that it goes too much into depth, let's say, in terms of distribution, but it's the general idea. After the video that we show to the students as a welcome, we also put in the quote on the blackboard. So some brand cannot be justified without being the consumer's voice, which means that through the video and the quote, in a way, we explain the idea of distribution, what distribution is. Without moving into the new topic, we think of asking two questions about provision of supplies. The questions are, so we have dealt with this topic. So what is the process of provision of supply, let's say, and we show that, you remember she mentioned that chain to show that all the links are closely linked to one another.
The image, yeah.
After we get some feedback from the students to see what exactly they know about that, about this supply chain, which is part of the distribution, we move on to the new concept, but again, providing some kind of comparison without speaking about the process, which has two variables, let's say unknown figures. We give some equation with these two variables, and through this we make a comparison and say that distribution is a system of two variables. And with some PowerPoint presentation, I believe we are using in this case, we show the concept of distribution and also both systems, the consumption system, because the consumer is the final, the end, let's say, point of the distribution. We say what the two variables are, what is the consumer and what are the distribution facilities. I believe we're going to use a PowerPoint here, so this can be achieved through a PowerPoint presentation. And at the end of that, to summarize the whole thing and to check comprehension, we ask a question: is the distribution process important or not? We can do this by asking a question, writing it down on the board, and the students should argue on it on a piece of paper, so in writing, yes or no, and why yes and why no. I believe that this can be the script on the distribution topic.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have, you know, a document? Do you have it structured somehow, or is it in that Padlet?
Ajo e Padleti po do zgjerohet pak më shumë.
In fact, in the Padlet you can see the framework, the frame, and we are putting in some more flesh in it, so to make it more complete, in fact.
Tina, what are you showing us? Oh.
I'll try to, sorry, I'll try to share the Padlet. That looks good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Po, prandaj tash e kishim të zhvilluar që në fillim, nuk e kishim thjesht me tani do.
Of course, now we are putting some more, so like the video link, and the students will watch it on their phones or on their tablets. Okay? Just to create some general image and description of the distribution concept.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the link, but
it's okay.
If you are interested in that, okay.
Well, if they can add it, that'd be great. But it's, you know, it's okay. I have a question. Like, what's the learning scenario in this? So are the students gonna learn part-time by themselves in the classroom or at home, and then they come back to class and have input from the teacher with the PowerPoint maybe, and then do some other work at home, or is it everything in class where they work in groups or alone? Like, what's the learning setting?
Tani, the idea
is that so they should get the knowledge and the concept, distribution, some introduction in the classroom, and a few elements that are related, discussing about this, like how much work the students is doing independently at work. We need to discuss, in fact, that to be given some assignment, some homework, or maybe some video to watch and then come up with the stages of distribution. So these are ideas that are coming up to me right now. We haven't discussed them, but it's really necessary for the students to have some independent assignment, or maybe they have to write something or to watch some video and reflect on that. Or it can be the video, the welcoming video. They can discuss and give some feedback after they get some information and knowledge about the distribution in the theoretical part, let's say, from the video.
Yeah, I think it helps if you define, you know, the learning journey as exactly as you can, so that you know, okay, here they're going to do something at home. Maybe, you know, I like your idea when they answer questions after they've watched the video, and then they come back to class and maybe have an input from the teacher with PowerPoint, and maybe there's going to be some group work with the, I don't know, with the variables or with, you know, whatever it is. But I think it's good to have an idea first, like what's the learning setting is going to be like, which learning places will I have in this module. It's also possible to do everything just in class, you know, and just use methods where they work in groups and then come back together again, and you the teacher present something. But I think it helps. It helps with content creation if you first define the learning setting. I think this helps, and maybe as a group until Tuesday you can, you know, discuss this and define it, and then finish the script accordingly. I think that'd be good.
Okay. Well,
yes, we can do that.
Yeah, perfect. But it's, yeah, I like the general structure. I think it's good, you know, it works. So it's just a matter of knowing where do they, when, what. So but I think it's good. And I like the symbol with the chain still. It's something that, you know, maybe you can pick this up in some other parts of the module too, because I think it's really strong image.
Yeah, I like that too very much. Well, what you could do now as well for next Tuesday, get a little bit more into the how, like how you're gonna present that. You mentioned PowerPoint beforehand or the video, so we get a little bit more sense of the media you're gonna use for those different kind of points. That would be great.
Okay, faleminderit.
Faleminderit.
Yes, okay, thank you very much.
And just one last question I have. You have the part with the equations with the variables, and below that you have questions regarding that equation, right? Did I understand this correctly?
Nuk është pyetje, por sqarimi.
It's not a question, it's some clarification, which is like the feedback, like making some kind of analogy, like in the equation there are two variables. It's the same in the consumption system. Being systems, they have two variables, so it's like
I
the
see.
equation is on the board, and then they come up with the concept. I believe that this is going to be done through a PowerPoint. This is just my idea because it's a more theoretical part. Whereas afterwards, the other parts, we're going to use other media to make it more, let's say, various.
Yeah, but I think I like the comparison. I think it's really good. I really like it. So, do you think you can do some more work until Tuesday on the script?
Do përpiqemi. Patjetër.
Yes, of course they're saying, so we'll try.
Okay, perfect. So I think from our side, this is everything. Are there any questions, you know, regarding the script?
No, it's the idea that we are kind of putting more flesh there and telling a little bit about the media so as to make things a little bit more transparent than they are right now.
Yeah, I think I like the metaphor, the chain, and I really like the comparison things. If you have more examples like this, I think it's really good. I like those two, visual and comparisons things. I think it's really powerful. So you're going in a really good direction, I feel. Okay, so if there are no questions, we see you next Tuesday.
So for next time, once again, we are going to
there will be
make it more
a
complete.
quick.
Yes, is that so? Double checking.
And there will be a quick presentation to the whole. Every group presents their script briefly.
Okay.
It's also to get ideas from other groups that you can incorporate after.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you Tuesday.
Thank you.
See you Tuesday. Okay.
Great. So I think
10 past
2.
10 past 2.
10 past
10 past 2.
10 past 2. It's 2. I thought it's 3.
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
See you. Bye.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. So today's short coaching session is about your script. If somebody of your group could please present us briefly their script.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, once again. It's me because Selman couldn't make it. But of course, we've been discussing things together. To develop the script, we based our work on the template that was suggested to us. The topic was about types of minerals. Like we mentioned, even in the previous session, at the very beginning, we play some video. So there is some video which is developed by us using OpenShot. It's a software that we use to develop educational videos or short videos, just to set the context. The second part is through some questions. We can use some questions like, are there any minerals in the area where you live? If yes, which ones are they? Albania is a country which is full of minerals, and the minerals are distributed are spread, let's say, are found in different regions of the country, but keeping in mind the fact that this is some learning content that can be developed for students in different schools located in different regions, let's say, of the country. So the question is about their own region, if they have any information about that. And then the next question, which follows, is to these minerals are useful for which sectors of economy, and how do you classify minerals? So these are the questions. This can be done, like they can give an answer, the students or the media to be used. It can be pen and paper. It can be written on the notebook, or they can insert that through some wiki on Moodle, the platform, directly. They give their answers there. The next part. Now another question, again related to the topic, and to make it relevant to their everyday life, from a practical point of view. Another question is like, in your house, let's say, do you have equipment or tools, I don't know, which derive from minerals, which are made of minerals, let's say? And another question can be like, some mineral can be useful or not useful, or harmful. So how can we identify them? So this is like to be discussed. So the answer, the feedback can be received. There are short answers. Let's say it's not for the first question, for example, there are short answers like, I have this kind of equipment of this tool. We can get the answers through the Mentimeter or the Wiki platform. Then we move on to the text, let's say, part, which is like about the physical and chemical features of the minerals. What are they? We discussed it once again. If we use the Moodle platform, we are going to put dialogue cards, which allows us to accompany text with images. For example, if we speak about some physical feature of minerals, like the color, we get some of the minerals, we mention, let's say, some minerals and discuss this physical feature, and we also accompany them with images. So this is information which is provided in this way, new information. I don't know if I can give an example just for you, like to give an idea. So shall I give an example? Can I?
Yes, that'd be nice, yes.
I have some other example that I've used for chemistry. I just want to give this as an example to illustrate and say that there's going to be a similar, let's say, way of using. This is about chemistry, but I'm using the same way, the same media, even for this. I don't know. So this is not the topic we are talking about, in fact. It's not part of what we are working on. It's not about minerals. This is about chemistry. And I've used this example. This is the way how it looks.
Okay.
It's like H5P, and the image is linked to the information or to the content, and then you go move and take all the features one by one. So, but it's like image and text together.
Okay, I see.
This is the way, and we believe it will be a good way to present new information, let's say, or introduce new information via Moodle or the platform. If we don't have a platform in place, it can be just some text, some information accompanied through some kind of presentation, but also accompanied by some specific image.
Okay.
And Professor Selman is excusing himself for being late.
Oh, no worries.
Then some quiz. It's a short one. It's like multiple choice, but also true, false. And we have some questions here because it's going to be a very short one. And the quiz can be developed in H5P, which if we use the Moodle platform, because this H5P is really popular with the students. They like it, although it's not so secure. If, for example, if we want the quiz to be used for assessment, because sometimes the students can be very good at programming, let's say, and they can go into the platform and find the answers. Okay, so it's not very secure. But if it's a short quiz, we can use it. Or we can use some other quiz, but in a Google form, short one, if we do not use the H5P platform. These are the questions. You want her to read the questions?
No, it's fine. It's okay. That's fine.
And after that, the final part, which is like a summary and some assignment for students. We have called it like a two-part diary, let's say, because this is a learning technique, this like two-part diary. On one part, they write the minerals, let's say, and on the other side, they have to complete it, the students have to complete it, describing what the natural riches of our country. So they have to build this kind of two parts, they call it diary. If we speak about the natural riches, it's always minerals, so about minerals we are talking here.
Okay, thank you very much.
I
have a couple of questions. Okay, so first...
Sorry, I'm sorry, Philip. Professor Selman is writing, he would like to add something.
Oh yeah, please, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, sorry for the delay. In the task that Rudina was describing right now, it's more related to the citizenship, let's say, attitude of students in terms of the natural riches, keeping in mind sustainable development. When they describe the natural riches of some regions, some place, and how they need to take care of, so to make sure that their future is going to be sustainable. And knowing that they can be renewable, recyclable, let's say, or renewable or not. So to identify them as such.
Yeah, okay. Great, thank you very much. One thing I really like about your topic is something, you know, that can be used all over Albania, I think. So any region could actually use this and, you know, focus on the minerals that are, you know, prevalent in their region. So I think I like this a lot. I like how you use different kind of methods and also media in your script. I really like that. But I still have some questions, and I think something you maybe, if you have time, can work towards until Tuesday. starting with the video. So it would be nice that you describe in the script already the content of the video. You know, it can just, we always try to already write everything we know about the video into the script. So we have everything in this document, but at least, you know, write a couple of key messages that you want to have delivered over the video. I think that really helps. And then what else? Yes, in general, I think you're going to use different kind of quizzes. So maybe Moodle, maybe Mentimeter, or you know, that whatever you're going to use. I think it's really important that you also focus on the feedback that you want to give to the students. I saw in your script you highlighted the correct answers. I suggest that you also add a feedback that you want to give to the students, not just right or wrong, but you know, give them some more explanation so they you know, they can learn from the feedback. That's another point. And just to make sure that I understood correctly, you showed Rudina, you showed the cards that you can turn around. So what's your idea? What's on the front side and what's on the back side?
If we speak, for example, if we say, if we want to present based on the information that we have, for example, the physical features, let's say, and chemical ones as well, of the minerals. So this is the information we need to introduce. And for each of the physical features, I was speaking about color, the color of the minerals. We are going to illustrate that through some example, concrete example, some mineral. Okay. And in this case, in the image part, we are going to put minerals, the illustrating photos. Mm-hmm. And then the student, like you see that, like these cards, they turn them and they can see them one after the other. I believe that information in this way, since it's information, a theoretical part of information, let's say, if you relate and link it to the image by not making it like overloaded on one page, like moving from one image to the other, it's much more attractive and easily absorbed by the students.
Yes, you have
and
some sort of...
especially if information and image are matched together, let's say, it can be absorbed better and understood better.
Yeah, okay.
This is my idea, but your suggestions are welcome anyhow.
No, I like it. I just, I thought it was, you know, something, let me just grab a paper.
Also about the video, I really agree, like that we need to insert the content. It's not part of the script today, what the video will be about, but I believe that until Tuesday we'll have it, because they haven't developed the video yet. So they're going to develop the video and then put in the content.
Yeah, I think if you write down the topics of the video, it just, you know, it helps you match the whole content of the whole script, and you know, okay, this topic we talked about this here, so we can pick it up down here again. Or, so I just think it's a help. Just going back to the card, I thought it was some sort of, you know, a memory card that you can, let's say you have an image here, and then you ask the student, you know, this is, you see a yellow stone maybe here, and then ask him, what do you think are the chemical components prevalent in a stone?
Yes, it's more or less like that, she's saying. So this is dialogue card, and this is the idea in it. So it's the first one, color I mentioned. Yeah. Related to the image. On the other side, I had that was some chemical example, from chemistry, I mean, example. What do you see here? You see this, and then we have the answer, okay?
Yeah, I think it's really good, and it helps. Oh, sorry.
So the image on one side, the information on the other.
Okay.
And for each of the features, they are going to have one such card, let's say, and they use the program P5H, or if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. No, I really like that, and I agree. It helps. it helps that you have some sort of interaction. Oh, sorry.
Professor, the professor would like to add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
About the content of the video.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to develop the video. That's it. He's saying oil extraction, but they're going to discuss it. They haven't decided yet. This is the idea.
No, and just to get back to the course, I think it's a really good method if you want to, when it's actually just theoretical knowledge, like I think it's a good way to have some sort of interaction. So I think it's really good.
I
have used these dialogue cards many times in the platform in the chemistry, because she is a chemistry teacher.
Yeah, no, I think it's really good, and also that you work visually in your topic. I think it really helps. So I think it's really good. So yeah, no more comments from my side. I think it's really in a nice shape already. So if you could just add more content and maybe add the feedbacks on the questions, where you can actually add in a little more theoretical knowledge.
So everything is clear. I have written everything down, all your remarks, and I'm clear about that, she's saying.
Are there any other questions here?
No, they're okay.
No, okay. So thank you very much. And for Tuesday, like every group's going to present their script briefly. Also that you can get ideas and inspiration from other groups. Maybe that's something that you can use in your script. So
So we are adding up your suggestions here, and we are going to present. And she would like to thank you once again, and to thank you for your suggestions as well.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good, fine, thanks. I'm waiting for my friends.
Perfect. Yeah, I think they're all coming in now. Misava is here.
Already, yes. I see
Perfect.
Misava and another user.
And the user?
I don't know who it is.
Who's the user?
I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
Mirdita Mira, Sava, përshëndetje.
Përshëndetje.
Mirë.
So I think we start. We'd like to welcome you to this coaching session.
Yeah. I think we should start.
Yeah, is that okay?
I hear my screen. Is it okay for you?
Now I don't hear you very well. Okay, just.
Atëherë duhet të jetë useri. Nuk e di kush është useri. E ka mikrofonin hap. Mund t'ja thuash djemve që janë host, Okay. Okay, është okay tani. Okay, mund ta bëj share screenin?
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Okay,
the idea of this coaching session is that you kind of present us your script, and then we're gonna, if you have questions, or we're just gonna talk about the script a little bit. Okay. Perfect.
Atëherë, okay, faleminderit. Atëherë po flas në emër të grupit, domethënë, ky është skenari që kemi realizuar ne për modulin mësimor me temë montimi dhe zëvendësimi i pjesëve të kompjuterit personal. pjesën, atëherë ndoshta do të isha marrë tabelën në anglisht, edhe është në shqip fatkeqësisht, ndërsa pjesa tjetër e plotësuar nga ne është në anglisht, siç mund ta shikoni, për t'ja bërë dhe juve punën më të thjeshtë. Përveç kësaj, shfrytëzojmë rastin për të bërë edhe domethënë mentorimin nga ana juaj dhe për pjesën tjetër të detyrës, dhe përveç kësaj ne kemi nisur dhe me zhvillimin e materialit mësimor digjital dhe do donim që ta shikoni pra në përfundim prezantim të detyrës së sotme, pavarësisht se i takon herës tjetër. Okej, kështu që po nis nga fillimi. Nëse është okay për ju, mundem vazhdoj. Okej, atëre si shikoni, pra digital storage will it never be enough, pra është një pyetje për të rrequr vëmendjen dhe kemi
Can you hear Mira, Phil?
Mira.
Can't hear you, Mira.
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, can you, Tino?
Okay, sorry, yeah, I kind of...
It's fine.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, digital storage, will it ever be enough? This is a question, like to encourage. As you see, we have completed the areas. The text on the screen is going to be digital storage. Will it ever be enough? So it's like a question to encourage their interest and attention. And the media is images with some description. So this is the first media we are going to use. And then to attract students' interest, we are going to use some video, which you can see here. If you want me to open it just for demonstration, or it's fine. Well, can you see the screen? Yes. Well, no. No. So we cannot see his video. He's playing the video, but we cannot see the video. I just told him. Now, yes.
Now we can see it here. Perfect.
It's a video about the history of computer storage, how it started, the memory. So it's ready-made, like you find it, but we can also develop our own video, let's say, with some voiceover, let's say, or it can be some video or some collection of photos that we can develop. This is like 6 minutes and something, but it can be a shorter video as well. And then concerning the reflection part, we have included the question, how much memory does your phone need, and which is the best cloud platform in your opinion? So these are questions, and it's a discussion, brainstorming with students. And then checking existing knowledge to question, how much memory does your phone have? So they have this kind of information, and this encourages in a way like the discussions. And do you use memory cards? If so, what size is it? Because memory cards are part of the video that we are going to show at the very beginning of the lesson. Then we can use the media, the menti.com, which we have an example here. We haven't developed it yet, but to see the memories of different phones, of students' phones, and if they use any memory cards, and we get the answers from that platform. Then it's a delivery of the topic, which is part of the module, this choosing PC storage, this is the topic. And for this, we use some websites that you have here. We have always tried to make it as interactive as possible for the students, using videos, images, and everything. We can create some kind of computer with this website. The topic, this activity can follow previous activities, which means that we are at some point, and now we are discussing the storage part, let's say, and selecting the storage part. And the rest needs to be navigated or discussed further on. And then There is some short quiz. I use socrative.com, which is a platform. And this is the template, let's say, of the quiz. It's drag and drop. The question, if you can see that, is test your knowledge of data storage devices by completing the table, and they have to drag the types and examples like to go with the descriptions. So he's just giving an example how it can work. And then to summarize, this was the whole, let's say, whereas the next part, after the whole process, after we have done everything, we can ask the student to use Google Classroom, which is a virtual classroom, and to write some summary of the lesson. After they have tested their knowledge, after they have received new information and everything, they can write a summary of the lesson, of the topic. And I believe that we have covered all the issues that were part of the frame, let's say, in this script. I don't know what your comments might be or feedback on this can be.
I think it's really good. I like how you incorporate, their things they know, like cell phones. This is, that's what they use every day, every hour. So I really like that you make a link to things they use, and I really like the website. I didn't know this one. So Build My PC. I think it's a really good example that it's something. It's a little bit playful, so they can start building something, and they learn at the same time what components are actually needed to build a PC. And especially if you focus on storage, they're going to have a large selection of storage components. So I really like that idea. So I don't have many comments on this. So, but I have a question. I think it would be really nice, and I don't know if you do this after you worked on this. Do they actually work on computers in a lab or something? Can they build a computer, or at least use components to build into a PC?
Faleminderit. Atëherë mund të jap shumë saktë përgjigje.
Thank you for the question. So he is the ICT teacher himself, so he can give the answer. Okay. In our school, Saliteka school, we have functional laboratories, like they're really working and they have all the equipment, technology in place. I cannot say the latest technology, but it's a good one. Internet connection, and we really use it. So what we have been doing here, it's in fact what we normally do in a normal school day in class. The script, the way it was structured or organized, is new for us, but the rest of things, what is inside the script, we normally do it in our everyday work, let's say. And I use the videos a lot, like we watch some video and we try to incorporate new information with existing knowledge. I have some method that I use. The whole module, starting from processor, RAM, I try to explain the things, and then we move on to the practical part. The practical part, I pay more attention to the practical part because I do the practical learning part, let's say. I can give them some information, theoretical part, like 20%, because it's really important for them. They need to know before they start doing something in practice. But the rest, 80%, is practical work, and I focus a lot on this website here. In this case, for example, we have this website, but for different modules, we have different platforms. Mm-hmm. Or I could use ITS, Cisco, some things about Cisco to get the theoretical, for the students to learn the theoretical part. And this information here is based on the Cisco training, let's say, content, because it was really good to be used to describe, and we use the Cisco part in our lesson. Let's say each of the students has their own account, and they read the theoretical part as well, check comprehension and everything else. So we use these platforms. So we do such things in class. We use different websites like the one I mentioned before.
Mm. Okay, thank you for the explanations. I really like it. So if I understood correctly, below this page, you have actual content that then you can use in the learning module, and also the images and.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
So it's a module which we have developed. The whole script has been developed further, and you can see how it looks. The contents, you see, he's scrolling down very quickly. This is the contents.
Yeah.
Types, storage, you can see them. Okay. And the quiz at the end. The idea is that here we have the explanation, that is the method explanation. We have given some example based on the existing information, how we can develop some digital content, let's say. And it's around 5 pages, let's say. This is something that we would be interested in you, kind of having a look and giving us your feedback.
Yeah, if he could send us this script, that'd be nice.
Yes, sure, he's sending it to you. And you can look at it at your own time. Let's say it's the explanation of the necessary information. And then it's a quiz that I mentioned before. It can be this drag and drop. If I have some platform in place that can allow this.
Yes.
If not, we can use some fill-in, some blanks in Socrative, the platform, or Kahoot, or other platforms that I use with my students. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks so much for the presentation. And if you could send us that document, that would be much appreciated. One more comment, you mentioned the video at the beginning. I think there's no need to produce your own video. If something exists, I think you would always use what exists already. There's no point in creating something to copy something. But what you could do, and you mentioned it, maybe add a voiceover, or maybe edit or shorten it to the really important parts. But I think it's totally fine to use something that exists. Maybe one question that I have content-wise, without looking too deep into the content, I saw there's a lot of older technology when it comes to storage. And I wondered how deep of an understanding do the students need to have when it comes to old storage types.
Faleminderit për pyetjen. Atëherë
As you saw in the video, there is some kind of history, the background of the evolution of storage. Yeah. Whereas the other part, which is related to the explanation part, let's say, if the module clearly, because in the module, in fact, we have it clearly defined what we need to explain. It doesn't mean that we cannot go beyond, because the students can ask questions and they are interested to get maybe something that they saw in the video. They can ask questions, they are interested, although it's not part of the module. But it would be normally, it would be good for them to get some information about the background, how things have evolved, but it's not necessarily. So if they ask me about that, I can give this information, but I try to keep to the plan mainly, and the extra things depend on us if we have extra time or if students are interested. So we try to make the lesson less tiring, let's say, so less boring, so as they can get entertained. And using these platforms, in fact, helps me. This kind of testing in Kahoot and Socrates, it kind of facilitate and simplify my work in a way, and I try to use them. About the video, developing the video, I can do it because I can assemble, I can do voiceover, I can put more funny things inside because I can use a ready-made one. But if I would like to insert some funny question in between, I can make it more customized or personalized, let's say. And YouTube videos are found in English, and sometimes our students have difficulty in understanding English. So that's why it would be ideal to edit into Albanian. So far, I have translated the video, but it would be better if they listen to the Albanian version, let's say, and not listen to English and read in Albanian. So it's better for them.
I see.
I just
okay,
have sorry, just a little question as for our understanding. As you kind of changed subject now to the previous subject you had, and with the learning journey and everything, did you the other learning journey and
the script of the other topic, they're working on that, and the lady is saying that she's going to send it to you.
So you're doing kind of two scripts, everyone for his topic.
Our group is like composed of people from ICT, from engineering, and we can do more than one script.
All right.
So if you want us to continue with the same script, it's fine for us.
No, it's okay. Just for understanding, I just have a question because in the other subject, they were working part-time in a job. So I was just wondering with the ICT subject, are they working next to it as well, or is that only school?
The idea
is like we are a group of different people, and we'd like each and everybody to have their input, contribution, let's say. That's why we decided to work like that.
Yeah. Are the ICT students working part-time as well, or is that only school?
In my city where I live, Elbasan, which is close to the capital, this ICT industry is not so developed, let's say, so unlike in Tirana. So, but we have some success stories. I would like to call them success stories, where students are either employed or self-employed in ICT. Okay. Our students are mainly of a very good academic achievement, let's say. They have high level and they have some grade points average, which is really high, and they focus on university studies mainly. Okay. But there are some success stories of students who have been hired during the state police, in private companies, as ITs.
Okay, okay.
IT specialists. If you allow me, I don't know time-wise how things are. I have had good cooperations. I'm a coordinator for business relations in the school, and I have great cooperations with a number of companies, IT companies here in my city, like the TV channels as well, and programming companies. There are some stories, but very few, let's say, part-time employment stories of our students.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much. I think. Are there any other questions, or is it like, can you go on like this, kind of? Because on the next session on Tuesday, we would like you to kind of present your script to everyone else. So I guess when you come in with two scripts, if you can briefly explain both scripts on Tuesday, if possible, that would be great.
Together.
Yes, it's perfect. Okay. They'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, perfect. Because it's great that everyone can learn then from each other and listen to the other one.
Voisava has some question for you concerning the media. In the media column in the script. And I think that brainstorming here should be like some method, not media, but brainstorming should be considered a teaching method, not and be under reflection.
Okay.
Because the media means, or in the media, we need to include media, the elements, that instrument, that tool that can help us with teaching.
Yeah, exactly. That was my question. Where this is going to happen? Is this like a classroom discussion, brainstorming, or is that like digital somehow brainstorming?
Atëherë mund të bëjmë ato diagramën e venit për shembull.
So we can use it. We can find a way to put in our ideas, have some kind of pinboard, for example, like so kind of media is a pinboard where all the ideas must go, or may use those sticky notes, something like that. So
Sticky notes.
Is it sticky notes?
Yeah,
sticky notes.
Sticky notes. Perfect.
Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sorry.
I think it's good. I think it's good. So if you could send us your script.
One more thing.
Sorry.
I think that this kind of script, in order to support new teachers. So this is a good script, especially when it comes to helping new teachers and to promote these new teachers, such as the IT professor, who is a new one. But we are keeping the same line. We are bringing another script on the topic that we mentioned before, based on the template. And I think that our group will be at the top, will be the best. This is our objective, to be at the top. With 2 scripts, not 1. Short and accurate.
Perfect.
I like the rhythm of it. It's going to be good. Well
We're
done.
looking forward to it. So if you could send us the scripts also, that would be very helpful.
Mira, cum mund ta dërgoj?
And then
okay.
And then we'll see you next Tuesday.
Perfect.
Të martën. Okay.
Atëherë miropafshim. Faleminderit Djema.
Thank you very much.
Until then, have a nice day. Bye.
Nice
Bye.
day.
Thank you.
Bye. Indeed.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to see you again.
Hey.
Hello. Përshëndetje.
Hey.
Mirat shkemi. Hi, Philip and Tino. Are you okay?
Very good.
All good. You too?
Hello. Yes, thank you. Hello. Përshëndetje, Vesa.
Përshëndetje, si jeni?
Mirë. Lorë, se si jemi pak këtu.
Përshëndetje.
Me video sot.
Should we start, or is someone else joining? No?
Jonida needs to join.
Yes, also Jonida and Anissa.
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Jonida has drawn the sketch, so it's important for her to participate.
Okay. Good. So we quickly wait for Jonida.
Yeah, I just in case I'm calling her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just joining us.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's probably her, huh?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mirat, kemi lodh më duket.
Dëgjon? Tani, po.
Hi.
Përshëndetje.
Hello everyone. Welcome to this coaching session. This time would be great if you can present your script, and then Phil and I will look at it and maybe do some comments, or if you have questions creating it, you can just ask us those questions, so you'll be ready for Tuesday. So if you can, I think it's you, Jonida, to present the script a little bit, your thinkings behind, and we'll listen to you.
Okay, mund të flas unë, besoj se ka thënë Besa që
So Unida is going to, okay. While I was working, in fact, I fell asleep, so I was like halfway into it, halfway into the script, in fact.
No problem, no problem.
But I still have it in my mind. I know how to proceed further. Okay.
Kjo ndjekja e rendit sipas modulit të dhënë.
Following the template that was provided to us. Now, yeah, it's a LED diode. We followed the template. I really liked the point it was structured into, and that's why I was faithful, let's say, in a way, to the template. It's not that I made a lot of changes. The title can be LED diodes, and what color would you prefer your room to be decorated with? So this can be a question, one way, let's say. Regardless of the existing knowledge of the students, I would like them to trigger their feedback on this, or we may get some kind of element and say, today we are going to speak about this, since the diodes in a way are not very expensive, you can get it. And ask the students what they know about it. So this can be two different ways on how to introduce a topic. So we can start the lesson this way. Afterwards, we can show a short video which can describe, let's say, the application of the LED diodes with some circuits and some ways on how the current is flowing, some kind of short video which shows how polarization is functioning and where it is being used. Then concerning the reflection part, we're going to draw different graphs, graphical schemes and symbols, and ask the students to decide on the poles, let's say, and how the diode will feel or let's say fit in the scheme. This is some practical work so as the student can reinforce their knowledge. So this is like when we say existing knowledge, we mean the theoretical part, like reinforcing that into a practical way. So the student needs to know things theoretically first, so as he can be or she can be able to put that into practice. After that, we can use Mentimeter. We can ask them like to list some suitable, let's say, diodes for different circuits, kind of indicators they need in some equipment, and they can insert the answers in the Mentimeter. What kind of diodes can be used based on the color, so as we can make a connection of the knowledge of the students with what really they see. For example, if we look at some TV set that is turned off, we see some red, green diode or blue diode or orange one, kind of to make the connection between the real life and the use of diodes in everyday life. Afterwards, we make some kind of open links or connections, let's say, how they are polarized, what are their functions, what the colors of the diodes functions are, what is the function of the diodes in the electronic circuits and in electronic appliances, because there are small differences which are really important for the students to see, let's say, what is the function of diodes in architecture. So these are more or less open questions that we are using in this fifth step, let's say. In the sixth and the seventh, it's a quiz part, how some diodes is polarized, and there are single alternatives. So these are the options, okay, alternatives for the answer, depending on the color, depending on the scheme, it is used in, on the opposite, so alternatives. What are the disadvantages of the diodes? The other quiz, and the students should select only one option. In fact, to finalize that, I was thinking like to have different assignments, which can be like, they should find how many chemists use this kind of advert or sign with diodes, how many LED diodes, for example, are used in traffic lights, or what equipment or appliances in the house use this LED diodes. But this kind of assignment would only be localized in something practical, and it would be just something visual, not kind of thinking deeper, let's say, about that. So the summary thing at the end, I really like that, because students can sit properly, learn a little bit of things theoretically, and be good enough in theory, not only in the practical part. So it would be ideal if we have both the theoretical and the practical part, like going hand in hand. So I was thinking of the summary as the final step, let's say, because I believe this is a little bit harder work for the students, and it's more important for the student to know the theory behind that. That's it.
Okay, thanks a lot. I one question. Sorry, I didn't really. I couldn't really follow on number 3. Could you please explain me again the 03 on your script?
Oh. Tek pika 3.
This point 3, step 3, we are going to explain in theory the scheme, how things are connected, let's say, how diodes are connected in various schemes, how it's a theoretical part of how it is applied. In the second one, it's like they perceive things visually. In the third, they're going to get some theoretical information about the symbol of the element, how the current flows, no animation, but theoretical explanation. Okay. Theoretical, so based on some schemes and graphs.
So the electric schematics you showed in, right? Okay. Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
they are together, the explanation and the scheme, like an illustration.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, well, thanks a lot for presenting this to me. I really like your entry into the topic, that you ask them about the color they want in their room. So I think it's really it's a really good entry, because it it shows you what a diode can actually can do and what it can be used for. So I like how you get into the topic. I really do like that. Then also I think you have a very good link to everyday usage of diodes, and making examples of how they are actually used in real life. So I like this connection with theory and the practical part of diodes. I really like that. Just one feedback for you in the quiz part. I saw that I think there's 1 or 2 questions in your script, and what I suggest you do for Tuesday is that you generally try to add more content, just text-wise, that you mentioned some sketches also. So try to sketch it out so you have you know what you're going to need as media. And for the quiz part, the questions, try also to add a feedback to it. So what kind of feedback will they get if they answer the questions? And I think I've mentioned this before, don't try to think more in it doesn't really matter if they answer it right or wrong, but you can use the feedback to give them more information, to add more theory. So not think that as a quiz, not as a test, but it's an opportunity to give them more content. That's I would always add a larger feedback section that you can just give them more content to learn. That's a suggestion from me, but yeah. Yeah, other than that, I really like it.
Okay.
I think it's good. And just one point in the script, because you mentioned all those everyday objects that use diodes, at the end, a traffic light. Try to, in your script, already have, either a sketch or pull in a picture of a traffic light, so it's already there. Even if it's not the one you're going to use, but it's just so you have all the content that you're going to need in the script. It just helps you visualize the whole topic. And then one more question. If I understood correctly, this is a module that they can do by themselves, or is this going to be used in classroom where they work individually, or what's your learning setting that you have planned for this?
Është një skenar që mund të funksionojë në
some script that can work in both ways.
Okay.
It's been kind of planned in such a way, outlined in such a way that it can be delivered in the classroom through some video projector, like of presenting some illustration video, but also you can use chalk to make the skills for the theoretical part, or they can work on it individually using the text, illustrations, video, quiz, questionnaires. It can be applied in both ways.
That's very good. I thought so, because I realized, this is something they can use by themselves, or it's easily transferable into classroom too. So I think it's very good. Yeah, Tino, you have something else?
Yeah, no, I really like the rhythm as well and the different media. I was just wondering at the beginning, before entering those schematics, where you get a little bit more about their existing knowledge about it before you kind of present them those information. Maybe I missed that one, but could you explain maybe quickly where do you get a little bit about their existing knowledge they have on this topic?
është tek pika 4.
In point number 4, after the explanation, in fact, putting the diode in some given scheme, in a way, is like testing their existing knowledge, because the diodes have some common elements, let's say, and in a way, if we test the new diode, in a way, you have to make connections with existing knowledge on that.
Okay.
Because the LED diodes is some topic that reappears. So we have some common, let's say, ordinary diodes, and there are different types, and they have some common characteristics which are really important for the student to know when we explain the schemes. We highlight the similarities, and when we test, we find out how much existing knowledge they have on it and how much they have understood that, but also how they can insert this new knowledge into what they have been what have been taught before, let's say.
Okay, okay, nice, I see. You might be able even kind of turn it around, or maybe a little bit at the beginning and then have the theoretical input, and then again like the testing, so you already see what they know kind of before what their thinking is about this kind of topic. So just as a suggestion, maybe it works out, maybe not, just maybe can think about that.
Do you have
tamam, mos me vlerë, edhe faktikisht Jonida.
Yes, this is really useful, she's saying, your suggestion. In fact, that's what we do. Before we explain some new topic, we summarize existing knowledge, topics that have been previously taught. So your suggestion is really valuable at this point and relevant.
Good, thanks.
Do you have any more questions regarding the script right now?
So I was following the steps of the script, and I didn't change anything, although we do such a thing, maybe we kind of change the order. It doesn't mean that it cannot be used otherwise. I know that each element are really unique for the topic, but I was sticking to the frame, to the templates.
Perfect.
Any other questions regarding the script?
Ky skenari herën tjetër, do të pasurohet me imazhe.
Next time we are going to enrich the script with images, so we need to come up with a fuller, let's say, complete in the product, let's say.
Yes, so next Tuesday, each group is going to present their script to the whole group. Also to get some inspiration on what methods and what media other groups are using. It's just the important thing is to learn from each other, like what do other groups do, what methods are they using, what media are they using. So the goal would be to have the script as much finished as possible, and it doesn't need to be final images or whatever. It could just be sketches or examples, but just they know that they can see what you try to achieve. That would be the goal. And then after that, next time we will also introduce, hopefully, a tool that then you can use to actually produce this module, and then we will show you all of this. But at the beginning, every group will present their script to the whole group. Okay, so if there are no more questions right now, thanks so much for presenting your script to us. And
thank you.
We see each other next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. And
Miru pafshim.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Kalosim.
Ciao.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Io Filipentino.
Thank you very much. We're done?
Yeah, we're good. Thanks, Mira.